How would you like to speak directly to home buyers and home sellers when they're looking to buy or sell? It's one thing to speak to home buyers and home sellers in general, but it's another completely different thing to speak directly to them when they're looking to make a real estate transaction. Because at the end of the day, most people eventually buy and most people eventually sell. The question is, when do they do it? And the ability to time that communication is what YouTube ads offers you. And that's what you'll see in this video today. Let's begin. Hey, it's Jaime. If we're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. Question of the day: what is your number one lead gen strategy at the moment? Let me know in the comment section down below. This channel has the top performing step-by-step videos on how to get real estate leads using YouTube ads. So I'm going to invite you to check them out, and they're going to be linked down below as well. So today I want to focus on two aspects that make YouTube ads powerful. So we're not going to do the step-by-step in this particular video. And these two aspects are what allow you to speak directly to home buyers and home sellers in their time of real estate need. The first one being the in-market audience, and the second, the placements. For our purposes, I wanted to get to the people and content aspect of this. So I wanted to illustrate how you can get in front of the home buyers and home sellers in their time of need in two different ways. The first one being in market, and then the other one being based off of placements. So let's look at two key distinctions. The first one being people, who you want to reach. So this is targeting the person, the individual, essentially the person, the people who you want to reach, and then the content, where you want your ads to show. It's important that you identify those two things and have that clear whenever you're coming here and creating your campaigns, whenever you're targeting with your ads. It's often that you get confused between, well, what place do my keywords have? What exactly are placements? What type of targeting should I use? So looking at the people, you can target based off of demographics, so their income, their age, and their gender, things of that nature. So essentially their demographics, as the name suggests, and then the audience base. So audience based is where we're gonna focus on today. So we're gonna look at our actively researching or planning. So essentially the in-market, the people that are looking to make a purchase or are looking for services. The difference between affinity and in-market is, just as I mentioned, people that are actively looking for something, versus affinity, it's their normal pattern, it's their habits, it's their typical interest. So there's nothing different than what they typically do. That's a big distinction. So whenever people are in market in real estate, that gives you the heads up that they are looking for a real estate transaction of some kind, or their real estate interest, let me rephrase that, their real estate in market researching and planning is a little bit more advanced down the sales funnel. So we're gonna click here and we're gonna go to the in-market audiences. And then the targeting that you can do, so you're speaking directly to the consumer that's actively looking for your services. We're gonna go to real estate and you're gonna see how drilled down you're able to go. So you're able to target people that are actively researching for commercial properties, and I want to just drill down as far as possible just to show you what the opportunity is when it comes to YouTube ads. So you see, you're able to target people that are looking for commercial properties for rent. So we're looking at business owners in that regard, and commercial properties for sale, business owners, investors, and people that are looking for commercial just in general. So you're able to target as far down as commercial properties for sale. Now, whenever you're selecting those, whenever you're selecting your audience, be sure that you don't select both of these, because that will actually encompass everything. If you're looking for only commercial properties or people that are in market for commercial properties, then you do want to select all the way down here versus having all of these checked through. That's a common mistake that people make versus just having this clicked here. So you're able to target based off of this far down in commercial properties. Again, these are in market. Those are people that are looking for real estate, a real estate transaction rather soon. And when it comes to residential properties, these people, remember, we're targeting the people who you want to actually reach. You're looking for the people in residential properties that are in market for residential properties. You can go a little bit deeper. So you have residential properties for rent, similar to, if I learn how to use the mouse, I'll be able to get this. There we go. So the commercial properties for rent, you have the same thing, residential properties for rent, and then residential properties for sale. Now the difference being that in the commercial world, this is where it ends, but in the residential world, you can keep going. So you have the apartments option, and then you have the houses option. So you see the amount of impressions, and this is for the United States. So it's not drilled down to a specific area. We're not focusing on running the ad today, as a reminder. So just want to show you the opportunity more than anything that you are able to get in front of the people that are looking for real estate services rather soon. When you go to the residential properties for sale, you're able to drill down even further. You can go for apartments for sale. You can go for houses for sale. So we're going to go another layer, new apartments for sale and pre-owned apartments. When you go for houses for sale, you should see the new homes and pre-owned. You're going to see the new houses and then the pre-owned houses. So look at how many impressions. Again, this is the United States, so it's going to be much smaller in your particular geography, but you're able to select as far down as targeting those people that are looking for new homes. That is super powerful. You're able to speak to the people. As a reminder, we're here at the people. You're able to speak to the people that are looking for new homes, that are in market for new homes. This is not, as a reminder, this is not an affinity audience. This is in market audience. It's once you get the differences, you get the differences. But until you do, it becomes a bit cloudy. So that's why I'm repeating myself when it comes to differences between affinity and in market. Affinity is your typical interest, your habits, your normal, what you typically search, what your typical patterns are. And then when you break that pattern, you're actively researching. So if you break that pattern and start looking at car websites, even though you've never gone to car websites, that pattern is broken. So Google and YouTube identify you as being in market in that respect. Same thing with auto insurance. So that's why whenever you go to Carvana.com, whenever you go to Cars.com, whenever you go to Edmunds.com and all those other automobile sites, you start seeing those types of ads in your Google search in display, and then also in the partner websites and as well in YouTube. Whenever you're going to YouTube and looking at your videos, you're going to start seeing a lot more automotive cars. So that's how they're doing that, and you have that technology available to you right from the start. All right, so that is about the people. As a reminder, you're going to go to not custom intent. You're going to go to in market. Then you're going to go to real estate and then start drilling down from there. Let's drop down arrow. Then you can also do move and relocation, so I forgot to highlight that as well. All right, now that is the people aspect of it. The other component that I wanted to discuss is the placement aspect. So the placement aspect is you can place your ad in front of videos that you select, in front of channels that you select and that makes sense for your services. So you don't have to be a full-time creator and make daily videos, weekly videos, monthly videos, or you don't even have to make videos outside of that one ad. One quick favor before continuing, please be sure to hit the like button so this video's reach is magnified and others benefit. So with that one ad video, you can actually hide it in your channel, and when people go over to your channel, they're not gonna see it. So you can continue running that ad without anybody ever seeing it that you don't want to. Now, of course, all the ads are a little bit different, so some of them do make sense for them to be public as well, so you can gain that organic reach, but know that you don't have to. The point being that you don't have to be an active creator in order to leverage. On the contrary, you can actually use those creators to your benefit. If there are people out there that are doing daily, weekly, monthly content, you're able to use their efforts as long as they are monetized, as long as those channels are monetized, to advertise your message. So when you go to the content aspect, where you want your ads to show, yes, you can target based off of keywords, and we've seen that quite a few times in this channel, so I will invite you to check those videos out. In topics, we've also covered that at length, but we haven't covered at length is placements. When you go to placements, you can select you can select where you want your ad to show up. You can select individualized channels, videos, along with playlists. Popular content, I don't use that as much, but with YouTube channels, you can select, as mine, for example, you can use my channel if you wanted to advertise on my channel specifically for whatever reason. If your audience is the same as mine, you're able to just search for me right there. I don't know what that's about. You're able to search for me right there, and as long as you have enough channels lined up, your ad spend will continue to go. So I don't have a large, huge audience, so your budget would probably not be spent wisely just selecting me. You would need to identify other content creators that are similar to the content that I produce that draw the ideal clientele for you, so you're able to speak to them a bit more directly. Now, as a reminder, the channels do need to be monetized, so you would need to go and see all of the channels that are monetized. Now, if you're looking for a free way to do that, then I will link another video down below that shows you a quick hack on how to get all of those videos lined up, so you can just copy and paste them onto here and only advertise to those people, only advertise to those channels that make sense. So let's just say you are, I don't remember how to spell his last name. Let's just say, so Ryan, he's a huge creator here, and a lot of people that are interested in real estate watch his channel. Even a lot of agents watch his channel, so he may not be the best representation for you to advertise, but you're able to select his channel specifically. Now, if you go to youtube.com and look for how to buy a house, you're going to see Graham's is the number one. It's been up there for quite a while, but people that are interested on how to buy a house, that tells you a lot about that individual. Yes, some people are going to be just curious about it and with really no intentions, but there's typically people that search for this type of content. There's a bit more behind it. It's not just for the sake of knowing. There is a little bit more intent behind it. And this is just one representation. How to buy a house without going broke. How much house can I afford? So you can put in, how much does a house cost? Texas. How much does a house cost to buy in Houston, Texas? What is the square cost per square foot to build a home? The real cost to build your home. So you see a lot of content creators, a lot of people that are continuing to put videos out there, and you have the opportunity of putting your ads specifically in these videos. As a reminder, as long as they're monetized. So not only are you able to advertise based off of if they are in market to do something, if they're in market to do real estate transactions, or a real estate transaction, buying or selling, but you're also able to place your ad strategically where you want to be shown. So the way that I like to explain it is you get to select your billboard. We've all seen the billboards out there, and if you've ever advertised through a billboard, you have the option of selecting the billboard that you want to place your ad in front of. That's the very same concept here with placements. You get to select the billboard, the online billboard that you want to be in front of. Now, as a reminder, you do want to select various channels and various videos because you're competing against other advertisers out there, and they're not all real estate agents. Actually, very few, like so very minute people are actually real estate agents. You're actually competing against other products. So they see the actual creators as an asset as well, and they see that advertising space, that billboard, valuable to their brand as well. So that is your competition. So you do want to select as many channels that make sense and as many videos as make sense, so you can have a chance of using your $10, $20, $50, $100 a day budgets whenever you're advertising on YouTube. Well, that's it, folks. If you found value in this video today, please be sure to hit the subscribe button so we can talk again soon.